As always, Ted, kick us off. Who do you have as your winner of the weekend?
Man, I love a shootout. Okay. I
What? No, you
love
don't. You are a liar.
from afar. I like a shootout from afar. And nothing is better than winning a big time in-state rivalry. That's why for my winner of the week, I've got to pick Texas Tech getting the win over Abilene Christian 52-51. Get the stuff on the 2-point conversion, walk off victory. And to see those Tech defensive players celebrate after getting that stop, it makes you feel good. This is what football's all about.
I where is your club, troll? Is it hide? Are you hiding it behind your back? Like that was I was so confused when you were setting that up. That was an alarming game for Texas Tech.
Yeah. Yes.
Normally, and for those of you that didn't see it, Tech beat Abilene Christian 52-51 in overtime.
Yes.
And Tech didn't turn the ball over. They just got sliced and diced by Abilene Christian. What was the quarterback's name? Like Maverick? What a great quarterback name. I'm pretty sure Maverick McIver or something like that. Maverick was just carving them up. That is, did you see the shot of them show the players and then show
Oh
Joey
yeah.
McGuire?
Oh yeah. Dude, it's like you could write a novel with just those two frames. Team in absolute celebration for stuffing the 2-point conversion, Abilene Christian. Then it goes to McGuire taking the headset off with the walk of shame to the 50-yard line to shake the opposing coach's hand. Oh man. Hey, they got the win, right? And I feel a rivalry developing between Abilene Christian, now a big time player in Division I football, in Texas Tech. Everything runs through Lubbock.
They they didn't turn it over. They were 8 of 15 on third down. They gave up 615 yards of offense to Abilene Christian. 506 through the air.
Oh, oh, it hurts. It hurts. Stop. Whew.
Baron Morton played well.
Yeah.
I thought he looked good with what I saw. But yeah, that's one where if you're a Tech player, a Tech coach, a Tech fan, yes, you got the win, but that's an alarming result in an opener
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the
because it
good
wasn't a
news.
fluky 600 yards of offense and 51 points. They just carved you up through the air.
Yeah.
You didn't turn it over four times. You didn't like, there was none of that.
Yeah. One of the things that you don't want to do in a season is like just go out and bear all of your weaknesses for the entire world to see in your first game. And some folks did that. Tech did it in the passing game. I, you could say Oklahoma did it with, our offensive line. I mean, yeah, that's now you have to start very early defending against what people are going to attack. So, good news is you can't get better,
That is the good news.
and you won the game.
Winning, winning that one feels a whole lot better than losing it. Okay.
Yeah.
Who do you have as your loser of the weekend?
Do you remember the? I'm sure you've seen Gladiator, right?
Oh, one of my favorite movies.
You remember early on when they're off fighting a battle, and uh, he asks, "Why can't people tell when they're conquered?" I feel like the NCAA needs to recognize when they're conquered. Why are they coming after Oklahoma State? Why are they fighting this battle? I mean,
What? Why did they kill
technically,
our QR code fun?
I know. I think like technically, I think they're right, but still, you got to pick your battles, I guess, and maybe you have to battle everything if you're the NCAA. But it was just, I don't know. I was frustrated by it. I thought it was a cool, fun idea by Oklahoma State. Whatever, but NCAA, the fun police once again.
Counterpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Them telling Oklahoma State they can't have the QR code on their helmet only brings more attention to it, and is actually the best thing that could have happened for Oklahoma State.
I see where you're going with that. Yeah, I think you may be right.
First of all, that football game, Ollie Gordon's still very good at football.
Yep.
I thought Bowman looked good too. Oklahoma State, they've got so many guys back. It's such an old team. Like, they look good. And South Dakota State, all signs point to them going and winning another championship this year. That is a solid football team. They're better than Temple.
Yeah.
But which is not saying much. But yeah, I think that's where I'm at with what happened. I think that brought more attention than actually having the QR code on their helmet would, because the vast majority of college football fans, they would never donate to Oklahoma State. Why would they? Right? Unless you're an Oklahoma State fan. But I do feel we're all kind of united under this hate umbrella for the NCAA. And you could get a couple guys that had a couple cold pops in them on a Saturday, go, you know what? Screw the NCAA. I'm giving them $5.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's the QR code to help fund our legal battle against the NCAA.
Yeah, Gundy talked about it after the game and basically said, hey, I don't want anybody in the NCAA trying to drop the hammer on the player. I loved it. He goes, if they came after me, I'd love it. I mean, good luck. I continue to love Mike Gundy. Mike Gundy produces absolute gold at least once a week via press conference.
He has to be one of the best press conference coaches of all time. There's some really good ones out there. Part of it's the longevity. He's been a really good press conference coach for a long time. Can't miss entertainment for sure.
All right, let's get to my winner and loser. But first,
we're brought to you by HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. With HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. We all know home-cooked meals are so much better for you, but you don't always have time to pull it off. But with HelloFresh handling all the meal planning, shopping, and most of the prep, it's easier than ever to get dinner on the table quick and painless. My wife and I made HelloFresh's crispy kickin' cayenne chicken cutlets with mashed potatoes, carrots, and a little honey drizzle the other night. Easy to follow instructions. It only took 30 minutes and it was delicious. HelloFresh lets you easily customize your delivery from week to week. Tailor everything to your schedule by adjusting your delivery date or skip a week when you're not able to cook at home. For a free breakfast for life, go to HelloFresh.com/free OK breakdown. One free breakfast item per box while the subscription is active. That's free breakfast for life just by going to HelloFresh.com/free OK breakdown.
And what if for the rest of 2024, you got a little bit better every day? When you're learning a new language with Babbel, that's exactly what you're doing. 1 in 5 Americans have learned a new language on their bucket lists. If that's you, make 2024 the year you finally check it off the list with Babbel. And here's a special offer for our listeners, and it's only for our listeners right now. Get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription at babbel.com/Oklahoma. Don't pay hundreds of dollars for private tutors or waste hours on apps that don't really help you speak the language. Just use Babbel. Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons are handcrafted by over 200 language experts to help you start speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks. And if you want a live classroom experience from the comfort of your home, Babbel Live is for you. Babbel Live classes are available 7 days a week at any time of day and taught by over 450 certified teachers so you can learn on your schedule. Travel a lot. Ted, I gotta get some Babbel in my life.
Yes,
I
you
gotta
do.
I gotta learn
So
some
do I.
languages. I gotta speak like the locals speak. I gotta get dialed in. You can get dialed in. Get up to 60% off at babbel.com/Oklahoma. That's BABBEL.com/Oklahoma. Rules and restrictions may apply. For my winner of the weekend, thought about going with Caitlin Clark. Dropped 31 and 12 against Chicago Sky.
Woo.
Probably sealed the deal for rookie of the year. Treating Angel Reese's team like that, but really the reason I'm bringing up Caitlin Clark. Guess who I'm going to watch today?
Ooh, you're going to watch Caitlin Clark
Yeah,
in
Dallas
person?
Wings. Dallas Wings, Indiana Fever today, Ted. A little WNBA
Okay.
action. I'm actually really excited. It should be
That'll be
awesome.
cool. That'll be cool.
I'll,
It's
I'll
probably going to
report
be a
back.
packed house.
It is sold out. Every seat. So
Hey,
I
you can say
am
what you want about Caitlin Clark. She sells tickets.
I will report back on Wednesday about
Okay.
how the Caitlin Clark experience is in person. But my winner of the weekend, and I'm pretty sure this is a first in the history of the podcast. Give me the Vanderbilt Commodores,
Okay.
the Fighting Clark Lees. Give me the doors, Ted, because Vandy was a 13.5 point home dog to Virginia Tech.
Oof.
And Virginia Tech has been kind of
Hot pick.
a
Yeah.
hot pick come out of the ACC, possibly. A lot of people talking dark horse Heisman candidate with Kyron Drones. This game had everything in the fourth quarter. Everything you could possibly want. Vandy blew a 17-point lead. They're down 27-20. Then Diego Pavia just goes off, leads them on a fourth quarter drive. It starts making you think, hey, this one could go to overtime. Will they get a stop? They get the stop. Vandy sets up for the game-winning field goal. 43-yarder. Crane in the background. Construction in the end zone. The future of Vandy football so bright. Wide right. We're going to overtime.
I got to tell you, I was flipping around all day and we were all outside and we came across that game and started watching. It's like, oh my God. So they're lined up for the field goal. I was like, there's no way he makes this field goal. He's going to hook it wide left. There's no chance. And I'm telling you, when he pushed it to the right, we all just died laughing. I feel kind of bad about that. They pan to the Vanderbilt sideline and they're all like running on the field celebrating. And then Clark Lee's like, oh, and has to put his headset back on. It was, if you like torture, that was what you had to watch that. So I was glad to see that they came back and won it.
Roller coaster of emotions for Vandy. Yeah, they get it done in overtime. Iron Drones cramped in overtime and just wasn't out there. Britt Pry after the game said he ran out of gas. Like, dude, what? That was can't run out of gas. Can't happen. He is. I like him.
Yeah,
he's going to be one of those QBs that shoots up draft boards. I'll be very, very surprised with his size and athleticism and ability to push it down the field. I'll be surprised if he's not a first rounder. The quarterback play was really fun to watch in this one. Diego Pavia, transfer from New Mexico State.
wow.
Guy is wildly entertaining to watch. Runs around. He's got good speed, good athleticism, just gunslinger mentality, all the confidence in the world after watching his post-game press conference. Guy legitimately thinks he's the best player in the country. I love it. That's the kind of guy Vandy needs to win games,
Yeah,
man.
that's true.
This is a massive win for Vanderbilt. Who knows what the rest of the season looks like, but very, very few people thought that they would win this football game.
I mean, at a minimum, it makes everyone's schedule look a little bit different. You know, if they're going to be like, if they can continue some of this play, where it's still a game you should win, but it's going to require a bigger percentage of your effort than maybe you had anticipated.
Great win. Happy for Clark Lee. Happy for that football team. Do want to point out one situation in this football game where I immediately thought of you.
Okay.
Third quarter. It's 4th and 10. Vandy has the ball at the plus 35. No man's land. Are you going to go for it on 4th and 10? Are you going to try to kick a 52, 53-yard field goal? Are you going to punt it and try to pin him deep? Clark Lee, defensive guy. Punt it. Let's try to pin him deep. The Vandy punter punts it 8 yards deep into the end zone in the air.
Just
8.
It's
one job, Ted.
That's it.
Just don't punt it in the end zone. One job. But it gets better. It gets better. Virginia outdoes Vandy's punter's atrocity. They have 2 guys on the field on their punt return team that are both wearing number 0.
Oh.
They get a 5-yard penalty. They replay the down. Clark Lee said, hey, I just watched my idiot punter boot it into the end zone. Let's try the field goal. Guy buries a 53-yarder to go up 20-10.
Well, that makes the decision a little easier from now on, doesn't it? Good night. Can we the competition committee needs to address the number situation. Right? It's so stupid with all of the duplicate numbers. We either need to make duplicate numbers illegal so we don't have to deal with this crap, or on a special teams play, can we eliminate the duplicate number problem that we have where guys are switching jerseys and announcing crap? Is it really necessary?
It is. It's one of the shenanigans that makes college football.
I guess. Yeah. It's one of the little intricacies that you just have to love about the sport.
Yeah. Loser of the weekend. Thought about going with Oregon. Did not expect the Ducks to sweat one out against FCS power Idaho.
Wow. Yeah,
and
I was
Dylan Gabriel had
that.
massive numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, he was what? Was he 41 or 49, something crazy like that?
Threw it like 50 times.
Yeah.
And it's probably not a good sign that he had to throw it 50 times against Idaho, but and I don't mean to disrespect the Big Sky, the mighty Big Sky. But that's maybe exactly what Dan Lanning needed for that team, right? Oh, everyone's picking you, to possibly win the Big Ten, to go to the playoff, to be some people picking you to win the national title. Hey, you barely beat Idaho, guys. Let's lock in.
Yeah. We'll see. I didn't get to see any of it. You just saw the box score and stuff, and we were talking about it some last night. The efficiency is not surprising. One, because we've seen Dylan Gabriel, but 2, because I saw what Bo Nix's efficiency looked like last year. The dude was like 77% completion percentage for the season or something crazy last year. So I guess that wasn't all that surprising. I wonder, looking at that low score though, like, how are you 41 of 49, but you only put 24 points up? Like, that's interesting.
It's one of those when you go look at the box score, you go, what did I miss? How was this possible?
Yep.
My loser of the weekend. Pains me to do it because Neil Brown's our guy. West Virginia. A lot of people thought this could be possibly a dangerous situation for Penn State. You even had the super long weather break on your side if you're the Mountaineers. And it didn't matter. Penn State just kind of smacked them around in Morgantown. They just could not get much going offensively, couldn't score touchdowns. When they actually did get into the red zone, turned it over 3 times. Maybe this is the best way to put it. Everything they needed to do to pull off an upset against a really talented Penn State team, They pretty much did the opposite, Ted.
Yeah. I was frustrated for Neil Brown watching that unfold because you had this big build up. Big Noon was there. Like the atmosphere looked awesome, massive sellout crowd. You've got all this good energy in your stadium, and then you've got a long delay. It was frustrating to watch. And I will say this: one of the things I was really interested about with Penn State was watching that Kotelnicki offense. You and I are big fans of what he does. Looked pretty good.
The more explosive place
Yeah,
for Penn State. Thought Drew Aller looked pretty solid.
yeah, he did.
I mean that
Little, I
that
thought he was maybe a little slow to get going, but definitely made some big plays and big throws.
they got the running game going in the second half. Nicholas Singleton with a couple of massive runs, including that long touchdown run. I just there's a couple other things in this game. Number one, West Virginia tried to run the tush push on 4th and 1 with Garrett Green. They
All
do
that.
not have Jason Kelsey at center, and they do not have Jalen Hurts at quarterback. That seemed like a very misguided, weird, odd decision.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I mean, it can be something that when run well and done properly with the right personnel, obviously, as we've seen, is unstoppable. That was not the same. That was not the same level of execution as we've seen with the Eagles.
the start of this football game, it's the shenanigans of college football, Ted. Penn State, massive mistake to start the game. Turn it over on a snap that goes off Drew Aller's leg, kicks around. West Virginia jumps on it. Huge turnover by West Virginia's defense. Place is going crazy. Only for West Virginia to turn it right back to them when they hit a guy with the snap, a guy going across in motion.
It was the next play, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This
Just
is brutal.
college football is the best.
I walked inside and then came back out, and I was like, "What happened?" My brother-in-law like that they fumbled it first play. Not good.
Shenanigans.
Hmm. I
Birthday
still think
shout
West
outs.
Virginia is going to be a good football team this year, though.
I do too.
I do.
I do too. That's just when you think about the situation, you're right. The build up, Big New being there. You want to, like, if you lose to a really good Penn State team, but you play really well and you're walking off the field feeling, you never feel good when you lose, but if you're walking off the field feeling like, hey, man, we really competed in that game,
That's a really good team, and we're a couple of plays away here or there from getting that win. You're encouraged for sure.
that's not what happened.
Nope.